So what is appositional growth?
Sort of like bone, or it's like growth on the outside instead of coming from the inside.
Yeah, we grow from outside in with appositional growth, right?
Yeah.
So this is my bone. So osteoclasts and osteoblasts, bone growth in adults, appositionally kind of goes like this way, right? And so what's happening is osteoclasts are constantly breaking down bone. Osteoblasts are constantly building bone. Well, which one works faster, osteoblast or class?
In adults, wouldn't it be class a little bit? Or is it blast?
For me and you right now, just adult healthy people.
I guess blast, right?
Yeah, because otherwise you'd be breaking everyone and eventually it deteriorate. I think when you're older, it does kind of maybe osteoclast activity starts to overcome osteoblast activity, I think especially more in women though, because they get like weaker bones, they're not as dense. They get osteoporosis more often than men do. But like for us, osteoblasts are winning the battle constantly, and that's why we have pretty strong bones, right? And so it's called bone remodeling. And so with adults, we're constantly kind of like breaking it down, so like that. And so in areas of high stress on your bones, so like if this is your hip, so clear. Something like that, right? And so right here, you put all your weight on this guy right here, basically. This is attached to your pelvis bone, right? Something like that. There it goes. I don't know, something like that, right? And then your sacrum's back here, and you got the other one, right? And so if you think about it, most of your weight kind of falls right here in this area, like right there in that area. Because that's where like these bones are kind of down, and like see on the hand, if I stand here, my weight hits right here. Not so much like right there on the actual long part of the femur, right? And so there's more, this is an area of high stress. Right. And so you form these things called stress lines, right? And so I'd say that this arch right here gets a lot of stress. Well, it's just like your muscles, they'll adapt. So they'll say, I get a lot of stress. And so the osteoblast and class activity starts to increase, and I'll start to lay down denser, thicker bone and more osteoblast activity. And so this becomes a very thick bone because it's constant at a higher pressure. So it thinks, man, I need to strengthen this area. Well, the thing is if this area is under weaker pressure, it's not going to increase activity as much. It's going to say, yeah, I don't need to model this as much. I don't need to make it stronger, right? And so this isn't as strong as this is. Right there, for let's say, right? And it's the same thing that like if you lift weights constantly, you're putting a lot of stress and wear on your bones, and lifting weights can actually, it's all like any kind of like resistance activity causes your bones to strengthen. Just like walking, like when you walk, you like run a lot, you're putting a lot of stress on your bones, like bouncing in your 200-pound body on the ground, right? And when you do that, you're putting more stress on your strength bones because they think they have to be stronger. So people who are old and they don't run as much anymore, they have weaker hips and legs, stuff like that, and they start to get a wider gait, right? They go like this. And they're walking around like this a lot, and so the stress got shifted to a different part of their hip. But now when they fall and they put their hip out in front of them like this, and they go on like a different angle, they're not on that stress line anymore, and it's easier to break, so they'll break hips a lot more often.
Right.
Because they don't use it as much, they can walk around like in the same position all the time. Activity is used to that.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So areas of low stress equals less osteoblast activity. High stress is higher osteoblast activity, and it's going to be stronger. Make sense?